turn to slag is the other. Oh, there's the equipment, which is going to get acid web spidered. So he'll get to eat a leaden mirror, but that is all. And I'll just drop the Carapace Forger. I can actually attack with Geth here. I don't have to play around what's it called? The sacrifice and attacker, whatever. Which I'm less inclined to play around in draft than in sealed. It's an uncommon. On top of it all, but it doesn't tend to get played all that often in draft. Well, he's definitely missing that equipment. Acid Web Spider is certainly a good card in this matchup. And so is LGI Defiance, for that matter. I can unequip his guy in a hurry. So here, what do? I definitely, if I'm attacking at this point, I play around the Justice and attack with at least the. If I'm going to attack, I'm going to attack with both, and I think I can do that. Seeing as I'm gonna. I guess I could drop a Clone Shell. I can either drop Clone Shell or drop Rustic and have Horizon Spellbomb and tell Jihad Defiance mana up. I think that's the play. I'm going to play the Rustic here. I'm going to attack with both, and he can't really block unless he has a trick in hand without. Like he can't eat my Acid Web Spider without losing 2 creatures on his own, which is fine with me. He's gonna chump. Okay. Definitely fine with a chump block. I guess he might as well. I mean, if he draws an equipment, it's not gonna go on him. I could have actually played an equipment. No, that would only be 2 artifacts. Sorry. I think you forgot to Culling Dice there. If you're gonna chump, you might as well draw a card eventually. Oh, he's got another arrest. And I missed getting his Gavlineer. Well, it's not that huge a deal, I guess, but seeing as I don't have really any equipment, but 1/1's better than nothing. So maybe I don't crack my spell bomb so that I can activate the Forger. Okay, fine. I'm gonna wait before cracking my spell. Oh, and I'm rewarded somewhat. If you know what, I should. Oh, he's not blocking. Okay, I was thinking I should Rustic that Culling Dice. What I should have done was do that pre-combat. So he needs something relevant, quick. Equipment would be good. I couldn't really play around that. I'd have to not drop the Molder Bees, which obviously I was going to do. Okay. I'm actually relatively strong against artifact removal in this deck, which is definitely a decent thing. Okay, so oh no, now I cannot get Metalcraft, so do I attack with all three is the question. I assume he wants to double, like, what are his options here? I think I can attack with all three. That avoids him double blocking my Molder Beast to great benefit. Yeah. So he's still in large amounts of trouble, and equipment is not going to save him because I have Defiance open. Well, I whiffed again on the Clone Shell. I still think it's still decent in this deck, with plenty of guys worth searching for, and a decent number of creatures. I don't think I'm too low a creature count to expect to hit most of the time. Can actually calculate that. 13 creatures is relatively low, but and that's 12, not including so 12 out of, I guess, 39 technically, but 12 out of 40 would be, well, let's see, quick math test. 12 times 3 is 36, so it's about 3 and a third of my deck, so roughly 33%. So roughly a third of my deck is creatures, so on average I should hit one and a third creatures out of that. So I actually should expect to whiff once in a while, but on average I should hit slightly more often than I whiff, which is still okay, I guess. Maybe not exciting enough. Like it's cuttable if I see something else that I want. Turn Slag is probably good here, very good here, but I don't know if I want to stretch my mana base for it. I have the double greens and the double blacks, and I have plenty that takes care of equipment as it is, so I think I avoid that here. Nothing I really want to side in for Chrome Shell. Maybe I want to lower my mana curve a bit. Blunt the Assault is actually worth at least thinking about. I don't know if I'm actually going to do it, but it's worth thinking about because my deck is pretty slow, and like that can help make it to the late game. He's not playing that. It's not like if you start seeing like Mearsmith based attacks, and then it really becomes more interesting. But he's not going to have a boatload of creatures. It's not going to be a boatload of creatures. It's going to be the one equipped creature that's going to be the trouble. I have a decent amount of protection against the equipment with Telgiad Defiances and artifact removal. I don't know if I can keep this one. I have some good cards, but no green, no red. Well, I mean, Liquid Metal Coating is decent in this hand. I'm on the draw. I just need one forest. I have 8 of them. Okay, I'm going to keep it, but it's a pretty iffy keep. But I think this is a good enough hand with a forest that I can. It maybe makes sense. And hey, that's gonna worst case I can crack it without drawing a card. And there's my forest. Okay, so I'm going to play Lead and Mirror here. That lets me play Forger and Coding next turn. I also potentially want to get my red mana sooner rather than later to get Scrap Melter online. He's definitely got a lot of guys that like equipment. It remains to be seen how much equipment he actually has. I certainly hold Scrap Melter here for equipment. Alright, gonna cash in for some damage. I definitely don't want to get into a race. I think I'm going to hold back my Forger next turn. I guess it depends on what he plays, but... Oh, there's some equipment. So, I'm going to want a Scrap Melter soon. Although he can't really... He can't attack into me next turn without some help. I don't know if I really want to drop Molder Beast here. I think it opens me up to I think too many cards setting me back. Whereas if I can either Instill Infection might have some value here, and definitely okay. So like. Here, what do I do? I think I just want to draw my mountain rather than Instill Infection. I could Instill Infection the other Shikari and trade with my mirror. I think I prefer to get Scrap Melter out. That hopefully will make it harder for him to attack next turn. I'm at 8, but should be able. I think I should be able to recover here. Depends on his hand, of course. There's another help for the artifact removal, but Scrap Melter is just better here because it's a bigger body for the blocking. I'll trade with the Stag if he lets me. For now, I definitely want to just get rid of that equipment. I think that's more important than I could have killed a Stag with Liquid Metal Coating, but that means I can't Metalcraft Forger up on his attack. Oh, and he's got another equipment. It's not so good. I'm going to chump with my Lead and Mirror here. I could also double block with Scrap Melter and Forger. Maybe that's better. No. No. That'll let me drop replica